What's going on, YouTubers? Gadang775. I'm back with another video, and I've been sick, but I am quite a bit better now. I'm almost done with my antibiotics, so let's get on with the video. I'm sorry for not uploading the last few days. I want to get on with my top 3 cell phones or smartphones of 2016, and these are going to be smartphones that I personally owned and reviewed. Okay, and let's start off with number 3. I have to look at my little NVIDIA Shield tablet. I can't remember, I'm getting old. But number 3 is the Galaxy S7 Edge. And I bought the gold version. And that came in earlier this year. I forgot what month. But that's my number 3 pick because the Galaxy S7 Edge does a lot of things right when it comes to a smartphone. It offers an SD card. It offers 32 gigabytes internal storage minimum, which is great. You know, Apple kind of finally wised up. They don't offer the 16 gigabytes anymore. Let's see what else. It's waterproof phone. Okay, the screen is immaculate. Okay, it's basically the best screen on a smartphone that's out there right now. I think it has the nicest screen. I even beats my my Google Pixel. Yeah, I think it does have the nicest screen out there. I don't really care for the edge part, but I like the form factor. It's a little bit bigger than the Galaxy S7, which is a plus for me. I'm not really into smaller phones, except my Pixel, okay? The Pixel is a little, I think it feels a little bit bigger than the S7, but yeah, the Galaxy S7 Edge is my number 3 pick, and the battery life is decent. Okay, it's got a pretty decent battery. I could get about 5 hours screen on time on the average, which is pretty good. Let's see what else. Oh, waterproof. Can't forget the waterproof. This is a big plus. Okay, a lot of phones out there are not waterproof. This phone is. So yeah, that's my number 3. Number 2 is the Google Pixel. Okay. That's the phone I'm using now. It's my daily driver. I kind of put aside my number 1 phone that I'm going to talk about later because I've been using this as my daily driver. And the Google Pixel, okay, I'm recording footage right now on the from the Google Pixel. I'm recording in 4K. I might render it in 1080p. I don't know. We'll see. But it depends how the footage looks. If it looks okay, I'll probably just use 4K. But I'm using 4K. I'm using the Pixel right now to do the 4K footage on it, which by far the camera is the most improved camera out there. Not necessarily, okay, this is just opinion. I think it's just barely better or even tied with the Nexus 6P camera. I know, that's just my opinion. What it does better, it does offer more low light shots. It offers a better experience. I think it offers a better experience than the Nexus 6P. It's totally lag free. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it's pretty much got the most powerful processor out there right now, Snapdragon 821. The S7 had a Snapdragon, I'm pretty sure 820, S7 Edge, and when I compare the two cameras, the S7 Edge and the Pixel, I still think the S7 Edge camera is slightly better. That's just my opinion. But it's no slouch. The Pixel camera is really good. But yeah, in my opinion, the S7 Edge camera is the better camera. And battery life. When it comes to battery life, that's where the S7 Edge shines more than the Pixel. I'm lucky if I get 4.5 hours screen on time. Usually I get between 4 and 4.5 hours screen on time because the Pixel does have a smaller battery. The screen is nice and it's decent. Okay, not as good as the S7 Edge, but pretty close. And when it comes to, again, like optimization and whatnot, Pixel nails it. S7 Edge comes really close. I mean the UI for the S7 Samsung is getting better every year, but there's still too much bloatware out there, especially the Verizon bloatware. And I like the fact that the Pixel, even though I got it from Verizon, you can uninstall the Verizon crapware. Yes, you did. I did it. I deleted almost everything on there. Yeah, I think I deleted every Verizon app on there, which is great. I don't think the S7 Edge, it allows you to do that. It doesn't allow you to delete the bloatware on the S7 Edge. You're pretty much stuck with it. So yeah, but that's my number 2 phone of the year. And my number one and my most favorite phone of 2016 is the Moto Z Play. Yes, I know it doesn't have the best specs. It doesn't have the best anything. It's more like just a middle ground kind of a guy phone. And the thing is, it's cheaper, a lot cheaper. Sometimes twice as cheap as the Pixel. Okay, the Pixel can run you $800 if with tax and tax and everything. If you buy it from like just at retail price. And the S7 Edge comes close to that now, but since it's been out for a while, you can probably find it for $600 or a little bit less than that, brand new. But yeah, the Moto Z Play, I bought my Moto Z Play on Swappa.com. It was brand new, and I recommend you folks go check out Swappa.com because I have not come into a bad transaction yet as of late. I've bought phones from eBay before, and I've had a couple problems with eBay phones before, and I had to do the RMA process, and it's a nightmare. But Swappa, they do a lot of the screening when you type in the what you call it, when you try to sell your phones on Swappa or buy phones on Swappa. All their phones must be, they don't, like on eBay, I know of people who have sold phones on payment plans. Yeah, I mean, that's a big, you could do it on eBay, but I recommend not to because that's a big headache down the line if something happens. Like if a person goes default on his phone bill, that the person who bought the phone, like 6 months down the line, and the person who bought the phone is going to have his phone shut off. Yeah, it's just a big nightmare waiting to happen. And, I try to avoid buying phones from eBay, and I go to Swappa, but that's just my deal because they don't allow phones on payment plans, which is great. Let's see, what else? I've never had to return a phone on Swappa.com either. Not saying other people haven't, but that was just my experience, and I buy and sell a lot of phones. I go through phones, I go through about 5 or 6, I see about 5 or 6 phones come through me a week, sometimes more than that, especially during Christmas. But as of late, Christmas died down. I'll be lucky if I get 1 or 2 phones a week because it's really slow. Everybody's bought their phones already. But sorry, getting off topic. The Moto Z Play, okay, it doesn't have the best specs, but there's one thing the Moto Z Play that destroys both the Pixel and the S7 Edge, and that comes to battery life. Battery life by far is the best on the Moto Z Play. And when I first got the Moto Z Play, I mean, I would get battery life between 6 to 8 hours screen on time. Okay, that was ridiculous. Okay, now that I've got it broken in, I get a constant 6 to 7 hour screen on time on the Moto Z Play. And this bike, keep in mind, I got it brand new on Swappa.com for $365, and that's a really good steal. Now, technically, I got the Google Pixel. Okay, the 128 gigabyte model for $360, which is a really good deal. But that was Black Friday sales. I was at my local Verizon and I got it. Okay, so it's gonna be rare they offer up sales like that again. Especially maybe come next year when the new Google phones or new Nexus phones come out. But $360 for a 128 gigabyte Pixel, yeah, the value is ridiculous on the Pixel that I got. But if you wanted something, come close to that, especially it destroys that in battery life. It has a decent screen. Don't mind that. That's just a little alarm. I'm gonna go shut that off quickly. Soon. That's my rice cooking. Okay, I'm gonna go shut it off. But I'll be right. Okay, I had to do a little jump cut because my rice was done cooking. I had to shut that off. But the Moto Z Play. The screen is decent, okay? It's a 1080p screen, which looks pretty good, okay? It's a 5.5-inch screen, and basically all of these phones are pretty decent screens. The smallest screen, I think, is probably the Pixel. Comes in at 5.2 inches. The Galaxy S7 Edge, I think it's 5.5, 5.7 inches. 5.5, actually, 5.5 inches. And the Moto Z Play, it's 5.5-inch screen. And it's 1080p, it looks really good. Now, camera, it's subpar. That's the only thing. Compared to the other two, the camera, this is the worst camera out there out of the 3 phones. Now, is it bad? No. You can get, I say the ratio of getting good shots and bad shots is about 60-40. 60% of the time you can get a pretty good shot. 40% of the time you get what you pay for. But it does take decent video. I recorded a little footage of my daughter playing in the park. This is my Moto Z Play at 4K, and it does well. Okay, and it's pretty much almost, I think it's the same camera that's in the Moto G4 Plus, but with the addition to shoot 4K video. So those are my top 3 phones out there. And oh, let me talk about optimization real quick. The Moto Z Play comes, I think it's tied when it comes to optimization with the Google Pixel, and there's no lag whatsoever on the Pixel or the Moto Z Play. Now, I've heard problems, people are having problems with the Pixel because it's brand new and whatnot, and people are always going to have problems, okay? But I myself have been lucky so far. I haven't had any of the problems that people have mentioned with any of the phones. I got lucky. Whew, thank you, God. But yeah, the Moto Z Play is optimized fairly well. Now, S7 Edge is pretty close, but it still has that lag that Samsung and LG is famous for, that split-second lag. And when you tap an app, sometimes it takes like a half a second or even more than a second to open that app. Okay, the Moto Z Play and the Pixel, you hit that app button, instantaneous, the app pops open, and you can have multiple things running at once. I could not slow any of these phones down except for the S7 Edge. That would lag a little bit. But the Moto Z Play and the Google Pixel, I had multiple apps open. I had my YouTube playing in the background, music, and you know, had multiple things going on in the background, browsing the web at the same time, and I could not slow down any of these phones, okay, except for the S7 Edge. I hate to bring that up. The lag, fix your lag problem, optimize your software better, Samsung, then you'd have the perfect phone. My orientation looks a little different. I had to do a little jump cut because the max size limit of the Pixel of video footage is 4 gigabytes. So I hit that 4 gigabyte limit. So, but yeah, I'm curious to know what you folks out there what phones you picked up for this Christmas season or Black Friday. I'm curious to know, or if you're in the market for looking for a phone, I suggest taking a look at these top 3 phones of mine, okay? There's a lot of good phones out there, and this is mainly directed towards CDMA people, okay? Because a lot of people out there, they're got GSM and whatnot, and I specialize in CDMA phones because CDMA, they're like the black sheep of the cell phone family. They only work with certain networks and whatnot. Yeah, I know. And unfortunately, my carrier is Verizon, but still, they have the best coverage out there for me. And a lot of people get their cell phones based on their coverage. So yeah, but this is Kadang775. I want to thank you folks for watching this video. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos every few days. If you didn't like this video, hit that dislike button. Let me know in the comments down below. I do appreciate the criticism. This is Kadang775. I want to thank you folks for watching. Peace out.